Get back to my broadcast. Got some comments. All right, there we go. I see comments. Good morning. Oh, the link to Investment Club. I got you. All right, so the link to Investment Club. We haven't formed it yet. So, AV, man, make sure that you remind me to talk to the people about the Investment Club. Good morning over at Instagram Classic, man. What's going on? Healthy Living, what's going on? Jordan Partners Outreach, what's going on? Remind me to ask the people in Club Millie about that if we want to open that up to the public. We're looking to do that in January, Miss Sandy. So as soon as I get confirmation about that, then I'll make sure that I make people aware if we have open enrollment, quote unquote, for the new for our new investment club that we're looking to start in January. So thanks so much for the question, by the way. And you know what? It's time to get this show on the road. DJ, DJ, hit the music. That's what I'm talking about. DJ, hit the music. Let me see if I can find the right thing. I always mess up.
The new Black Wall Street. Do it right, be well, live life. Economic empowerment, real tips, insight on the new Black Wall Street. It's on the new Black Wall Street. He's your host.
All right, Miles, for joining us here this morning. It's ERDJ, Certified Financial Educator, CEO of ERDJ Enterprises, where we are actually vacationing to the urban community. We're really just talking about stocks and crypto on this show. Of course, there's other things that you can invest in or learn about. That's just what I've specialized in. That's what I decided I want to teach to other people. Not only just that, but money philosophy as well. Do a lot of money philosophy, because when you begin to change the ways you think about money, you can actually change the money that comes into your hand. And one of the key things that we talk about here is that you want to empty your wallet to fill your mind, so that later you can empty your mind to fill your wallet. Let me say that again. You want to empty your wallet to fill your mind, so that later you can empty your mind to fill your wallet. And that's exactly what I did, people. I began to invest in myself, but by spending on the things that I wanted to learn about. So in my journey, I knew that there was something else that was out there that could allow me to make my money work harder for me than I work for my money. And it wasn't something that was taught in the public school education. So I had to decide that I was going to educate myself, and I was going to use some of my capital or some of my paycheck, right, to invest in myself so I could level up. Everybody put in the comments below, level up. I decided that that's what I was going to do. I was going to take some of my paycheck to learn the things that they didn't teach me, so that I could level up in my finances. And then once I leveled up and I learned how to do it, I then began to teach other people. And so there's people that's joined the stream. There's people that follow me that are in a better position because some of the things that I have taught them, or some of the tutelage or whatever, over time. And I'm not bragging. I'm just saying that I just look to be a blessing to other people. And one thing that I learned is that the knowledge that I acquired in my life, it wasn't for me to keep. Okay. The knowledge that I acquired in my life, it wasn't for me to keep. Freely was it given to me, and freely shall I give it. Now, of course, my time. So the things that I charge for are my time. If I got to take time out, right? You want a one-on-one conversation. You want me to give you some exclusive advice to your situation. Well, that's time that's taken away from my normal day. And those are the things that I charge for. But as it relates to today, this is what we're here for. So we're going to be talking about the stock market. We're going to do a quick market recap, but I'm really going to get into Ethconnect. In case you guys don't know, I'm big into cryptocurrency. That is my trade of choice. What I have decided to do for myself is to invest in stocks long term, right? But trade cryptocurrency, and I'm pretty much long term on Bitcoin. And so if I want to do that, then I have to begin to learn how to trade. And for me, it's very similar to what they do in foreign exchange. They trade foreign exchange. They trade currency, and the values of the currencies help them to make their money more valuable based upon where they are in their position. So I've just decided for me it's going to be cryptocurrency. So I want to begin to talk about, discuss. As a matter of fact, let me ask you this. How many of you guys right now are saying, man, you have a place that you can go to have the money conversation? Let me say that again. Let me ask you again. How many guys are saying you got a place that you can go to have the money conversation? How many of your friends, how many of the people that you associate with, how many people in your life can you have a money conversation with? How many people can you talk to about cryptocurrency? How many people can you talk to about stocks and bonds and real estate or whatever it is that you might be interested in? How many people can you talk to about business and actually have an intelligent conversation with them about it? Not very many, right? So we have to begin to create these spaces where we find like-minded people that we can have these conversations, right? So what's going on, Ms. Mankins? How are you? Good morning, Miss Rashida. And so if you're saying, she said maybe one, right? She said maybe one. So if you're saying, for example, if you're saying that you want to learn about, let's just say Bitcoin or cryptocurrency, I actually do have a class available. That class is called How to Bitcoin. And it's very kind of important that you learn about Bitcoin before you learn about everything else, because Bitcoin is the gold standard of cryptocurrency. And so you want to begin to learn how to buy Bitcoin, trade Bitcoin, transfer Bitcoin, and cash out of Bitcoin. So then you can do the same thing with the other altcoins, right? And so if you don't learn that stuff, then you're not going to be able to have the opportunity to advantage of some of the other coins. For example, when we talk about Ethconnect today, in order for me to invest in Ethconnect, if I want to do that, right, then it's going to require me having some Bitcoin that I can then use to invest into Ethconnect. You see what I'm saying? So if that's what I want to do, then I would have to know how to do that. And so that's why the class How to Bitcoin is so important. Now, if you want to get the class, you can get the class. It's $50 for you to get. I know it's worth way more, but I don't try, you know, I've done the classes, recorded classes available. Or what you can do is you can simply buy my new book, right? If you buy, see, this is what I'm doing for the holidays. You buy the book and you get a class, right? So for now through the end of the year, for Christmas, for Kwanzaa, for whatever it is you celebrate, you can buy the book, How the Black Billionaires Club, How They Built Their Wealth, and you can get the class How to Bitcoin. And so really, in my opinion, if I put a class together, right, to get the class versus asking me questions about it, because I've taken all of the kind of questions that people ask, the general questions people ask, and I put it into a class. And so if that's something that you want to learn how to Bitcoin, which in essence is saying I want to learn cryptocurrency, then absolutely do that. And it's just as simple as getting a class. Again, what I'm saying is what I had to do when I wanted to, I had to empty my wallet to fill my mind, so later I can empty my mind to fill my wallet. And I'm going to teach the same things to you. If you want to level up in your finances, then you're going to have to empty your wallet to fill your mind, so that later you can empty your mind to fill your wallet. What's going on, Jock? Good morning. Jock Johnson's in the building. AA runs in the house. Natural Urban. What's good, my people? Thanks so much for joining. Hey, everybody over this YouTube and over Instagram as well. So, and then the other thing I would say, one other thing I want to make you aware of is that we actually do have a group, and I actually lead it. It's called ERDJ Trade Alerts. You decide that cryptocurrency is where you want to be, or even stocks is what you want to learn, and you want some guidance. Everybody put in the console guidance. You want some mentorship, then you can actually pay for that as well. It's $25 a month. What I do there is I provide buy and sell alerts. And I think I'm batting about 1,000. Anybody that's in trade alerts right now, go ahead and put in the comments below trade. If you are a part of that, I think I'm batting about 1,000, which means that the advice or the recommendations that I've given have helped people to win with money. And I can't think of anybody at this we started it that has taken the recommendations who is not in a winning position as it relates to their money. I don't think I've missed one yet. Not that I won't miss one, right? I'm not perfect, right? Things could go crappy tomorrow. It's called risk. But as we speak right now on 7/18 on Halloween of 2017, I'm batting 1,000. So I think that's a pretty good batting average. Most people, if they bat about 30%, they feeling good. And so in the way that I'm able to do it, guys, I just don't do a lot of risk. I mean, I do risky stuff, but I do risk in my circle of competence, right? In my circle of competence. That's why I circle of competence, things that I know. Things that I know and things that I understand. I don't invest in the stuff that I don't know and don't understand, right? So there's some things that you guys actually understand more than me. Right? You guys are in some industries that I'm not in. You guys you work somewhere, you do something that you have like Aaron's here, right? He is studying in physical, going to understand health. He's probably going to understand health care better than I would, right? So this is where in your industry, you can actually begin to use your industry to help you to make better financial decisions if you become an expert in your industry. Everybody put it down, so lead the field. If you become a leader in your industry, then you're going to allow the industry to help you to make better decisions and actually make money based off the stuff that you know in your industry. I know that Miss Mankins here right now. She's in the hair industry, cosmetology, right? She's going to know cosmetology that I just don't know. And so she can actually make decisions about what she wants to do with her money based off what she knows about her industry. Nelson's here. What's going on, Nelson? How are you? He's into marketing, I believe, marketing publication. Matter of fact, in the comments below, go ahead and put the industry in the comments below. Jeff just joined, man. Jeff is one of our experts in options, right? So if you want to do options, matter of fact, Ron, Jeff is the man as well. Connect with him. If you want to do options and options trading, that's one of our experts in as far as options concerned. Right now, guys, that I've connected myself with people, other experts in other fields, right? So I may focus on stocks and crypto, but of course, one day we'll have Jeff on. He'll talk to us about options, or I'll have somebody in on real estate. This is the Money and Power show, people. Right, the PR industry, right? This is the Money and Power show. So we're gonna have special guests and all that stuff, because I don't speak, right? Forex, real estate, entrepreneurship, marketing, all that stuff. Eventually, we're gonna have some experts that's gonna show up, that's gonna share with you guys some things that can help you to level up in your money. Yeah, PR, right? So whatever industry you're in, I want you to start thinking about, how can I become a leader? Now, when I say leader, that doesn't you are that you make the most money in the industry. When I say leader, what I mean is you become the most knowledgeable about your industry. All of the companies that have any impact, any connection, begin to learn about those. That should be one of your major watch lists. If you want to get into stocks, is the industry that you are in. So she says trucking, right? So if you're in the trucking industry, the very first thing I would ask you is, what company is the lead? What company is the top dog in the trucking industry, right? And then you start to begin to look at these different companies that represent the trucking industry. You're probably going to be into. You got trucking. What's connected to trucking? You got oil and gas and oil. Right, because you got to use fuel in order to transport. You got the transportation industry, so you got all these industries connected. You got all the industries connected to trucking, doing business success. So you're doing it. So now we're talking about doing successfully in Africa, Jock. Right. So are you into import, export, international trade? Right, man. This is somebody I need to know, because you see Africans all day up in here, man. This is just what we do. I don't know what's going on Instagram. Sorry, Instagram. Sorry about that. I don't know what y'all gonna do. Y'all come over to Facebook. That's what we're gonna be. But anyway, so that's just a little bit about that, man. So again, get the book. Get the book just to get the book. Right? That's called support, right? If you want to learn about the 12 Black billionaires and how they built their wealth, just simply get the book. But along with the book, we're going to throw in the class, How to Bitcoin. But hey, I know you don't have a lot of time on what happened in the market yesterday, and then we'll move forward with talking about today, Ethconnect Ethconnect. That is the topic of that. Man, again, I woke up this morning thinking that, I was thinking that we was already ready to go, and it's only 10:31. It's not 11:01. So 11:01 tomorrow is a big day. But yesterday in the market, man, again in the stock market, we got the Dow, the Nasdaq, and S&P 500. The Dow was down 0.36%, Nasdaq 0.03%, S&P very flat day yesterday. Matter of fact, you had Apple, which was really flat. It's $166.76 per share now. And of course, we have they had a big announcement that fueled them forward, but they do have the Apple iX phone coming out this Friday. So that's one of the things that are happening. So really not a lot of movement in the market yesterday. Seeing big gains yesterday was from London Basel Industries, CenturyLink. Dish Network was up 4% yesterday. Down yesterday. This is going to be big for some people. Advanced Micro Devices was down 8% yesterday. Now, why is that so big? Well, AMD, or Advanced Micro Devices, they have a big part to play in cryptocurrency because they provide a lot of the devices that some of these that miners are using to mine cryptocurrency. And so they have been up. Let me take a look at that. Let me take a look at their what you call it. They have been up to $14 a share as of looks like a few days ago, and then now they're starting to creep down. Right, year to date down 3.97. So if you are a believer in AMD, and really over the past 3 months, they've been trading around $12 a share, $10.89. Or they've been down 20% over the past 3 months, then that could be something that you can look at and say, well, hey, if they drop 8% one day, what's really going on with AMD, and where do you see them going in the future? As I take a look at their chart, let me go to their other chart because I like the other chart better. We see that this particular stock has been, you guys can pull this up on your own time, and I'm not going to, whew. But anyway, we'll say over the past year, man, they have been trading right around $10 a share, all the way as high as about $14 a share. So once you get around that $10 range, that seems to be a little support level for AMD. They have a long-term trend of actually moving up. We see lower, higher lows, and we see so we really see that about $14 is its resistance level, and about $10 is the support level. Now, what does that really mean? Well, if at $10 I were to buy AMD, right, and I'm saying I have a $4 window to its peak, and I see that it's been trading up and down for 10, 14 for so long. Well, I get it at 10 and it goes to 14 on top of a $10 stock. That's a 40% return on investment if that were to happen, right? And so one of the things that I try to teach is to buy low and sell high. That's just a philosophy that's been ingrained in me from Warren Buffett. And so I always look for opportunities where something seems to be on sale, where I can get it with a greater margin of safety, and I feel like it has an opportunity for growth. And so AMD is one of those companies that that provide, or that's on the stock market, that provide the equipment. Oh, you got it at $8? That's what I'm talking about. So we got my brother here, Marvis. He's been tracking AMD for a while. So I just really looked at it at $8. Looked at the chart. And he said $8 is his target price for AMD, and sure waiting for it to drop. So it's at $10.89 right now, and so he's saying $8. So $8-9 target for it. And so he probably has it on his watch list. He may have an alert set up. These are things that you can do once you begin to you have a brokerage account, you have some type of trading or software that you can set up these alerts so your phone goes off, lets you know, hey, AMD just got to $8 or $9 or something like that. So get into too much technical stuff, during this show, but these are things that we continue to teach people when we do our private broadcasts and things like that. So he's saying $8. Hey, 8 to 10, I think that's pretty cool. All right, what's going on, Cornelius? Greg was in the house. Public relations, brand strategy, new market to business, expert on how to enter. Hey, Jock, are you in Miss Dr. Henry It's another lady that does jump starts in Africa. You guys connected some way? If not, it seems like that would make sense for you guys to have some type of connection. Anyway, well, I don't know, Miss Young. I can't do anything about the feed, man. All I can do is just keep on going. Anyway, all right. So that's AMD, man. So I've already gone over one stock with you guys. Over the past 3 months, the sector performance 7% for your healthcare, health services, 4% for retail, trade, technology services up 4%. That's what's been hot over the past 3 months. What's not been hot: energy, minerals, consumer non-durables. Energy minerals are now 4% over the past 3 months. Your commodities and the hot commodities right now. You got oil, which is trading at $54 a barrel. Gasolines are roughly $2.96 per gallon. Gold, $12.74 per ounce. $1,274 per ounce. Silver, $16.84 per ounce. So those are some of the things that you need to know. Hey, how are stocks doing in 2017? And money, by the way, in case you're wondering, it's really I love this platform. But the Dow Jones over the past this year, 2017, 18% return. NASDAQ 24%. S&P 500 14%. Now, why is this important? Because sometimes this is important because it gives you a benchmark for your investment, but also lets you know that even if you decided that, hey, I don't want to pick any one particular stock, right? I don't want to pick any one particular stock. Then I just want to invest in the market. Everybody put in the comments below market. I just want to invest in the market. So if you just invested in the market, in other words, you chose the S&P 500 and you were going to invest in the ETF, which is an exchange traded fund, which follows the S&P 500, you could have done that, right? And if you would have done that on January 1st, you say, hey, stock to pick. But I just want to get in the market where I'm going to invest in the market, so I'm going to go and put some money into the S&P 500. Well, if you would have done that, then your money would now be up 15%, okay? If you said, hey, I don't know what stock I want to pick. I want to invest in the 30 most significant stocks in America. That's the Dow Jones Industrial Average, which houses Apple, Nike, Home Depot, somebody give me some other ones, right? ExxonMobil, Verizon Wireless. I don't want to have to choose individually. And I just want to invest, and I want to have some diversification. Then I can choose an ETF which follows the Dow Jones Industrial Average, which houses the top 30 stocks in America. Well, if I did that, then my money 18% in 2017. How many guys would like an 18% return? Right? So my suggestion, and this is what we did for our investment club, and this is what we're going to do for the next investment club that we start. We're going to start by investing in the market before we start to begin to select individual stocks. That way we don't have time trying to vote and figure out what everybody want to do. We say, hey, we're going to pick one of these things to invest in, be diversified. And if the market go down, the market go down, but we're following the market. All right, so that's investing in the market. But just for 2017 year, 18% in the Dow, 24% for the NASDAQ, 15% for the S&P 500. Now what I want you to do is I want you to think about your 401k. Or look today, or look this week, or whatever. You need to look at your money and look and see of your retirement accounts. And if we just said that the S&P 500 for 2017 has got 15% return just from investing in the market, and you look at your 401k, your TSP, your IRA, your retirement account, and you're like, why 4%, 5%? If it's nowhere near 15%, then something is wrong. Why is it that the market can be up 15%, but my account, which is investing in the market, is only up 4%? This is how you can check how you are doing with your investments, by looking at how the market is done. Now, if the market did 15%, right, and your retirement accounts are at 10%, 11%, 8%, 9%, something like that, right? Well, that's okay. If your retirement accounts are, you know, you're up 17, 18, 19%, man, you're doing great, right? But what we want to start doing is checking to see, man, based upon how the market is done, how have my investments done? If you are investing into the stock market, okay? So that's a good quick check for you to do. And once I begin to teach this stuff to people, man, the light bulbs start going off, and now they had at least something that they can compare. If you don't have something to compare, you don't know how you're doing. You just doing, right? If you can test or measure your progress, so you have to have something that you can check, and what you can check is called a benchmark. Everybody put a console benchmark. Okay, so AV say, hey, he had 11%. He's doing pretty good, right? Now you do understand some of your percentages are going to go to your market managers and things like that. But if you are nowhere close, if you're nowhere in the zone of 15%, right, for your return this year in your retirement accounts, well, you might want to schedule a retirement review. See, I said this is my very first service. Once something was wrong, I learned this. I said something was wrong, and I began to teach people how they can maximize their returns in their retirement accounts, and then how you can check and balance and make sure you stay on track. Okay, so if you say, hey, I need that, all you gotta do is just inbox us. We set up an appointment, and we began to go through retirement review. Why? So that you can be empowered. See, I don't do the retirement review so that you always come back to me for another review. I do the review so that I can teach you how to manage your own money so you can recoup or keep your own money and still get good returns in the market. Okay, that's you. You're saying, hey, man, you don't understand your 401k. You don't understand your investing. You haven't even looked to see how you have performed, then we definitely want to, definitely have an opportunity to do that, and we can do that as well. Hey, Marcus, man, one day we got to do some ETF. We got an ETF on the, man, we got to get back into this for our group, man. With we really want to do it. I talked to Marty, by the way, and we're going to do our ETF presentation, man, but we're probably going to do it in consecutive weeks, so we can really look at some of these options that people have that they don't have to necessarily select any one particular stock. I believe iBuy is the retail one, right? Isn't that the internet retail ETF? That's going to be like Amazon and Walmart and stuff like that. I think that's what that is. So, all right, I'm talking about, man. That's what I'm talking about. So, Marvin, 13% as I'm about. So the S&P is at 15%. Man, he got 13% so far this year, man. That's you in the area code, right? So honestly, guys, one of your tasks today from this show is to check your retirement, whatever that is for you, whether it's your government retirement account, whether it's your 401k. If you don't have a retirement account, you need to get one, whether it's your IRA, whatever the case may be, right? Because many of us are working for companies and we have an account, and this is the money that we're going to live off of when we can no longer work. Well, then let's maximize that thing. Everybody maximize the account. Let's maximize that thing. Let's learn how to maximize that thing. Okay, and then you will enjoy. You'll begin to enjoy this thing about learning about your money when you begin to maximize that thing. All right. So. That's the stocks, man. The motion in the market, man, right now 74. That means that it is market. I am not really looking to invest in the market right now. That's just me personally. When I say invest in the market, I'm not looking to invest in some of these ETFs. I will be looking for individual things that people are overlooking that still have value. But I really look to get into the market when there's extreme fear, because that typically tells that people are selling. When assets are becoming less expensive, when assets are becoming less expensive, that means that you're buying stuff on sale. Everybody putting comments on sale. How many guys like a good sale? Right. So I like to buy stuff when it's on sale. All right, I don't know what this is. I'm doing my show, whoever that is. All right, so Max, my own self. Yes. All right, bots and robo artificial. Oh, robo artificial intelligence. See, this is why we have a group of people, right? Yeah, man, we got people all over that can give us information, man. Artificial intelligence. We need to find one. Can we find one on automation? Can we find one on automation, man? Because I believe virtual reality, artificial intelligence. Well, that is artificial intelligence, right? Artificial intelligence, automation, probably the same. Probably the same. Artificial intelligence, virtual reality. I think do they have one out yet with marijuana? Right. So these are industries that are up and coming, right? We already knew about the defensive stocks, right? But artificial intelligence is an industry. Marijuana is an up and coming industry. So in essence, what we're saying is, instead of you saying, hey, out of these 500 marijuana stocks that are out, if I just find one ETF, which they have beginning to create them, then I can just invest in that ETF and be in the marijuana industry and be diversified across different companies that represent marijuana. I look great one individual stock, right? So that might be a strategy that you may want to employ when it comes to your investing. All right, so man, I can't even finish this thing. Man, there's so much going on. All right, here's the things that you need to know, man, as we move into the market today. And this is coming from your 6 things you know from CNN Money. Tech talks about Russia. You guys heard about Russia and things that's going on. Top executives from Facebook, Twitter, Google, they're going to face some questions from Congress today this afternoon on how their platforms might have been used by Russia to meddle in United States politics. Execs will testify at 2:30 before a Senate Judiciary Committee. That's a big number. 2:30 today is going to be an interesting number. Facebook is expected to tell lawmakers that roughly 126 million Americans may have been exposed to content generated on its platform by the Russian government-linked troll farm known as the Internet Research Agency between 2015 and 2017. Else in the news, Qualcomm gets squashed. Shares in Qualcomm were down about 7% pre-market. Apple is looking to stop using the company's components in its new iPhones and iPads. Isn't that interesting? A rumor, and maybe it may be true, that Apple's going to stop using their components. That has a big see the kind of impact Apple can have on another company, because of course that would mean that they would have their sales or their revenue would go down because they'll lose a big account, and when you lose a big account, that means that you don't make as much money as you would normally make. So Qualcomm is down 7% pre-market. Such are the perils faced by Apple suppliers. Earlier this year, this firm IT Imagination Technologies fell as much as 72% in a single day after investors learned that Apple planned to stop licensing the firm's technology. So Apple is the play. Qualcomm, maybe not. A big day for earnings day. Wall Street been here from Aetna, Kellogg, Pfizer, MasterCard, Under Armour. That's going to be before reporting right now, and their numbers are going to be coming out. So if you're an investor in any one of those, or you're interested in investing in any one of those companies, know that they are going to be telling their story. Everybody putting the console telling their story. They're going to be telling their money story today. Basically, they've done over the past 3 months or the past quarter, and they're going to be sharing with you what they expect to do for the rest of the year and for the next year with their sales and earnings and the things they're putting in place to get more people to buy more of their stuff. Electronic Arts, Stern, Burger, and Papa John's will also be going to be after the close. Papa John's, I think, is going to be interesting. One of the big pizza chains. Everybody eats pizza. I'm wondering here who's going to be the top dogs, Papa John's or Domino's Pizza. We'll see. Electronic Arts pretty big too. If you are into playing games, you are a video game player. Well, you got Electronic Arts, one of the big dogs in the video game space. Nintendo, matter of fact, they reported last week those are the new Nintendo Switch. And what is this saying, guys? You may have some kids or something like that. You may have children that are playing video games. Well, you can lean on what they are interested in to make investment decisions as well, right? If they move and switch and say, hey, I no longer want to play the PlayStation, I want to get me a Nintendo Switch. Well, a Nintendo Switch could be hot. It could be something that's hot in there now, and then you can use that as a tip, your own personal tip from your children. You know, you can get investment ideas from your kids, right? And they say, hey, man, we moving over to this Xbox 360 because they got some hot games over at Xbox 360. That could be an indication of that Microsoft will be a place that you might want to invest in. That's the interesting thing about Microsoft, by the way. They got the Xbox, right? Have a big impact on in the computer field. So they tackle both, if not more, industries, right? So they are multi-play. And I think my comments stopped working here, guys. So I don't know. I don't know what's going on. I'm pretty sure you guys are typing. But nonetheless, we're going to keep on going here, man. So that's what's going on here. Shares of BP, guys. Shares of BP now are the biggest movers of the bunch in Europe. Samsung's international market, the digest updates from firms included Airbus, BP, WP. BP was up 3.5%. That was my pick, my stock pick that I shared with you guys or shared with some people 3 months ago. Anyway, so BP has been doing very well, capturing that 7% dividend and on the rise. I've told you guys, when oil rises, means that that deal in the oil industry, they are going to rise too. And guess what? That's exactly what they did. Samsung shares gained nearly 2% and hit a record high as its reported earnings. The company, which is attempting to get back on track following a massive corruption scandal in South Korea, also reshuffled its management by choosing 3 new execs lead key divisions. We got economics coming up. Not going to talk about that, but you do. Yeah, let's move on down. So tomorrow is the big day for Facebook. They're going to be reporting their earnings. Tesla will be reporting their earnings tomorrow on Wednesday. Tomorrow's a big day, man. November 1st, as we move into talking about crypto a little bit, big day there. So what I'm going to do now is let's switch and start talking a little bit about crypto. Yeah. Now we're going to try this thing out and see if we're able to share this screen like I want to. Let's see here. Let's see if we're able to do this. Woo. Do I have the functionality? I don't know. Oh, no. Nope. Don't look like I can I? Oh, I think I got, you know what? I think I have to do it. Maybe I have to start it, man. This thing be tripping me out. All right, so I guess maybe I can't just go in and share. I guess I will have to share. All right, so what I'll do is, I don't know. I don't know what I'm gonna do. But anyway, so let's talk about. I want to talk a little bit about. Let's talk about the market. So you got the crypto. One place you can go to follow the market is coinmarketcap.com, and I'll put that in the comments below. Okay, you go to CoinMarket to follow the market. Bitcoin's now at 62.18, so it's up 0.83%. Ethereum, $308 per coin. Litecoin's at 56.65. Pretty much flat going across the board as it relates to Bitcoin. The biggest winner looks like it's 8 share. As far as cryptocurrency is concerned, Stratus lost the past 24 hours. So you got some movers there. Let's take a look and see if we have any news there. So cryptocurrency is basically digital currency. Got 1,234 currencies now. That's up 3. So 3 hit the market yesterday. New coins or new coins or new tokens just hit the market yesterday. So tokens, more and more coins are being created, mined. ICOs are happening just like you have IPOs for stocks. You got ICOs for crypto. Now, and I would also say, just like stocks, I don't participate too much in IPOs, but if I see something that might be of value, of interest, I might get into it. So I am actually into a ICO, which is Ethconnect, and I'll actually share my link there as well if it's something that you want to join. But we're going to go through the white paper for Ethconnect today, and unfortunately, I'm not able to share. I thought I'd be able to share my screen. Well, I know that I can share my screen. I think I have to do it from the beginning of the broadcast because now I got all these comments that came in, but it's not letting me. It's not letting me go back up and share my screen. So anyway, guess we can't share the screen. So Ethernet, What is Ethconnect? It's a self-managing financial system with peer-to-peer transaction based on open source platform. Also, what's going to allow you to do is going to allow you to take some of your Ethereum, if you have it, and actually lend it out for daily interest. And so that's what's very interesting to me, because they have BitConnect, which allows you to do that with Bitcoin. And now we're going to have Ethconnect, it's going to allow you to do that Ethereum. And I like the idea of being a lender and not a borrower, right? Where I can actually earn interest and my money can grow earning interest. And so instead of it just sitting there as growing, I can take a small portion of my Ethereum, not all of it, but just some of it, right? And put it at risk, right? And lent out, and with the hopes of getting an interest return. And what I like about it is it's daily interest. It's not interest in a year, it's daily interest, which can compound. Everybody put a on compound, which can compound over time. So I like the idea of interest. Yeah, Electronium tomorrow too, right? I want to talk about. Let me finish Ethconnect, and we'll talk about Electronium. The idea of Ethconnect of lending money out. See, it's a reason why the Bible talks about be lenders and not borrowers, because I believe one of the things is it allows you, it allows your life to be easier because your money is working for you, right? But we have we've gotten away from holy text, which is really just principle-based text to let you know a good way to live as it relates to your money. I like the idea of being able to lend out and earn interest with something I'm not going to really be using right now anyway. It's just going to be sitting there growing, so I can take a small portion of my capital, right, put it to use and lend out, and leave the bulk of it there to continue to grow. And then over here, this is growing. So that's growing over here, growing over here, growing over there. I just like the idea of it. Now, all of this stuff, all of these things are ideas, and there's risk in everything. Matter of fact, we got to talk about it. Risk and reward. I'm probably going to talk about this every show. It's so important that we begin to understand risk and reward. Don't you know that the only way that you can get some type of reward as it relates to your money is you have to put it at risk? The problem is in our community is that we've been putting our money at risk with no opportunity for reward. Every day we go and spend our money, not always for something of value, putting our money at risk with really no opportunity for reward. Right? The riskiest thing that people do for the hope of opportunity for reward is the lotto. But the lotto, you can't even have no strategy. Is hope, pick a number and hope, right? So the reality is, in my opinion, that we as a community, we are not risk adverse. We have no problem taking risks. The problem is we take too many risks that have no opportunity for reward. And that's called wasteful spending. That's, you know what I'm saying? That's called, this is called being, not being responsible. So I don't think we have a problem with risk. I just think we have a calculated risk that can give us the opportunity. See, it's important, the opportunity for reward. That means you're going to get the reward, but at least you get an opportunity to get the reward. So we're at Ethconnect. I'm going back to the white paper. I'm just so filled. Ethconnect is electronic currency. This currency is like the dollar, but it exists only in the digital world. This concept may be similar to Ethereum, and it is not different from Ethereum because it is based on the Ethereum platform. So I hope that you understand that we are in the age of technology. Just itself, the age of technology, we are living in a digital world. Matter of fact, for those that are really still trying to figure this whole cryptocurrency thing out, it really doesn't take a whole bunch of thinking, because what you do is really cryptic, right? What I mean by that is most of us don't literally carry around dollar bills anymore. We carry around credit cards, which represent the money that we have in the bank account. And then we swipe that card, a digital transaction, and we use that digital transaction to acquire items to exchange, right? Well, if you transfer your dollars to D, which represent a value, which is your dollar amount, and then you use that cryptocurrency or that digital currency as a medium of exchange, what's the difference? Other than you don't hold a physical card, which is a transaction. See, we are in a digital world. So for me, it's not. It's the evolution of money. We're in a digital world, so we're gonna have digital currency. It's the world that we're living in. It's the evolution of where we're going in the world with all this technology, right? Right now, I'm digital to you, right? I'm at my humble abode, and you are wherever you are, but we're connected digitally, right? People are dating digitally, right? Cyber dating and all this stuff, right? So we're living in a digital world. So, you know, the idea of digital currency should not be very foreign to us. It should just be the evolution of things, or the internet of things, because that's the way that the world has been going. Would you not agree? We've evolved in society to a more digital society, right? How many of you guys still go and actually, most of us connect with people on Facebook and won't even connect with them in real life. Most of us won't even. We used to have to meet to talk. Now, then we started calling to communicate. Then we started text messaging to communicate, right? So the evolution of everything has started to move to a digital space. We used to have to go to the mall to shop. Now we shop online, digital. So to me, personally, it's just the evolution of things. And I want to be I want to swing of evolution. I want to be at the forefront. We're not going to be at the forefront, but I want to be on the front side of it versus the back side of it. I don't want to get into the digital space by the time they start evolving to something else, whatever that's going to be, right? I want to be a part of evolution because you got to join it no matter what, because it's the next generation that's going to be taking evolution to a whole nother stratosphere. Hope you guys understand. I mean, I hope I'm making sense. But anyway, so it's a digital currency, electronic currency, very similar to Bitcoin. This is why we have the class, How to Bitcoin. If you don't understand Bitcoin, then you really won't understand any of this other digital currency, right? But, you know, you got an opportunity there. So how does Ethconnect work? Ethconnect runs without having a central server. The server computer is entitled to permit and distribute divided into different servers by each user connected to the network. Allows users to store and invest their capital in a non-governmental financial stream and make the most of the investment. That is the big deal for me. I'm able to have my money making money without being connected or tied to this government. I don't know about how you feel about the government, but you know, I'm not a big believer in the government. I don't like a lot of the things that the government does. So I want to free my finances as much as I can from this financial institution called the government, because the government makes decisions with my capital, my tax-paying dollars that I don't necessarily agree with, right? They continue to make big business being banks, which continue to screw over the American people, in my opinion. So anyway, I'm just, you know, I'm trying to get off the grid. I'm trying to get it. So just like Ethereum, we'll focus on developing a blockchain era bank, which can be placed to store financial services corresponding to the current communications of many banks. Money can be sent to anywhere at whenever and in whenever in a few seconds if you want. Transfer money by Ethconnect can only be implemented with smartphones and devices such as computers with an internet connection. Now, doesn't that make sense? We have smartphones, we have devices, we have computers, we have an internet connection. Now we're able to do business or do trade on the internet. Again, the evolution of things. All transactions can be seen, but we do not know the owner because that's the blockchain technology, right? Transfer fee may be reduced gradually until it's discharged, but in order to speed up the transaction, you can set a higher fee Ethconnect wallet if any amount of money needed sending to anywhere. So if you want to move the money faster, which makes sense, right? You'll pay a higher fee. That's just called the use of internet. You pay a higher fee. You transfer Ethconnect anywhere in the world as long as it's connected to the internet. So you imagine this is where we are, where we're able to begin to make transactions, transfer money, on our own peer-to-peer. We don't have to go now to Western Union or MoneyGram to be able to transfer money to Nigeria or wherever our families are out of the country. We can begin to use digital currency. So anyway, I wanted to share just a little bit about Ethconnect. I'm going to take a stab at, invest in. Their ICO starts in 2 days. If it's something that's saying, hey, I want to at least open up an account and look more further into it, I'm going to leave my link, my referral link there for you to be able to look into it yourself. And then I'm also going to leave a link for the white paper so you can read the rest of what Ethconnect is about. Again, I'm just providing you guys with some information that you may not have had on your own. Now, that's just something, that's just one of the things. Also, you mentioned Electroneum. So Electroneum was something we had an opportunity to get into from September to, it was supposed to be till November 1st, but they raised so much capital that they closed the pre-ICO phase early. And so tomorrow is when they're supposed to open up for people to be able to invest in Electroneum if they so wish. And so we were able to get it at 1 penny, and that's just it. So token sales closed early. The token sale has reached a 40 million hard cap, thanks to everyone who has purchased Electroneum. ETN is not live yet. All sales of ETN elsewhere are scammed. Do not purchase ETN from anywhere until November. They'll announce when the exchange lists us. Repeat, all attempts to sell anything anywhere else, they're scammed. So the countdown to blockchain is 15 hours from now. Then they should be open and ready to go with Electroneum. So what I'll do here, if you want to learn maybe a little bit more about Electroneum, is we will, they're not going to have any more information until they go live. So I don't know what else to tell you. But yeah, so they sent a little letter out to us and let us know, thank you for all Electroneum purchases. We raised the hard cap goal $40 million. If you've missed out on buying Electroneum, don't panic. As soon as the blockchain goes live, November 1st, 2017, we'll be applying to a number of crypto exchanges to get Electroneum listed as fast as we can. Once they get it listed on one or more exchanges, you'll be able to make purchases from the existing Electroneum holders. So I hold Electroneum. And so I would actually be able to say to people who want to purchase, because we are existing holders. This is kind of like, when you think about stocks, this is kind of like private to public investing. I'm a private investor of Electroneum because I was one of the first to get in, right? And so I'll be able to sell to the public. Now, the question you got to ask yourself, and this is why we got to start talking about private and public investing. Because, and here's the deal, as a private investor, all the investments don't pan out well. But when they do, who do you think makes more money? The private investor or the public investor? You see? So by the time that it hits the exchange, and when you start talking about having, man, they put the numbers up. They may have had over like 300-something thousand accounts that were open. You know, a lot of momentum that leads other people to want to be a part of something that has so much momentum. And when you have, this goes back to supply and demand. So there's going to be a demand for Electroneum when they go live. And I'm going to be able to fulfill some of that demand supply. And I'm going to be able to charge a premium because the demand is so high for my supply. You see? And that's how I just took some money, put it into some, and bought some supply. And I just so happened that the supply now has a huge demand, and I can for the supply because the demand is high, and my money grows just like that. See, we got to begin to understand supply and demand. And it's something that we learned back in 4th grade, 5th grade. But we don't necessarily just need to know supply and demand. We got to learn how to apply supply and demand. You see, when there's no demand, it means the value of things go down. I'll probably talk about this every show, and I'm going to show, because we got to start looking for things that are hot, things that might be hot, right? So if you want to find some tips, or you want to get some investment ideas, man, turn to your kids. They know what's hot. You don't. They know what's next. You don't. Right? Well, you may not. Also, take a look at your industry. You know what's not. You know what's flourishing. You know what's about to be out of business. You know, you should know. Hopefully you know. If you don't know, you start paying attention, right? And then you begin to attach your money, right? Your extra capital, not the capital that you live off of, not your pension. You're going to attach a little bit, some of your capital that hopefully you saved up over time, right, into some industry, into some asset that's hot, that can drive demand. And then as it drives, the people want to buy it. And because there's only so much supply, i.e. Bitcoin, there's only going to be so much of Bitcoin. It drives the price of the asset up, and therefore drives your money up right along with it. Well, guys, that's what I got for you today on our show, the Money and Power Show. Hopefully you got a lot out of it, man. Again, author of the book, Black Billionaires Club, where we are talking about Black billionaires and what they did to build their wealth. Guess what? One of the things, they had their money working harder for them than they worked for their money. So you get an opportunity to get that book. Right? Guess what? When you get the book, you get the free class, How to Bitcoin. So you want to learn this stuff. You want to learn how to. I'm not talking about theory. I'm talking about actually how to. Well, get the book. And you get the free class, or buy the class by itself. The class by itself, $50. You get the book, it's $25. However you want to do it. Right? Why is that so? Why am I doing it like that, right? Because I want you to get the book that represents Black wealth in your hands, in your household hands, in your children's hands, so they can begin to see what success, what financial success looks like. And it may just happen to look like them. That's why I'm doing what I'm doing. But then also, once you get the book, you take the class, you say, hey, I still need some mentorship. I need someone to guide me while I get, well, you just want to reach out to us about ERGJ trade alerts. Well, we provide opportunity. We provide some guidance, we provide some ideas, and we do it together. Everybody put a console together. We do it together, right? And that way, you can make some money. Do I have for what's the link for? What for the book? If you're asking for a link for the book, yes, I have a link for the book. If that's what you're asking for, just go to theblackbillionairesclub.com. And last but not least, we are looking to establish an investment club for January. My second one for January. We were able to help the first one that we started 2 years ago, 20-something%. So I believe that success leaves clues, and I want to help as many people as possible. And I understand the concept of group economics and cooperative thoughts. Group economics and cooperative thought. When we put our minds together, we are stronger. We are wiser. We make better decisions. There's safety in wise counsel. When we put our minds together. When we put our dollars together, we can get more stuff. We can build more stuff. We can recover or restore. Let me say that again. When we put our minds together, make better decisions. We are wiser, right? When we put our money together, we can actually restore our very own community. Well, guys, CRGJ Certified Financial Educator, CRGJ Enterprises, where we bring investment education to the urban community. Hopefully you got a lot out of today. Hopefully you'll be back tomorrow, because we're going to keep doing this thing, because tomorrow's going to be an exciting day, right? I'll be super excited. I'll be super pumped tomorrow. I thought the day was November 1st. I was like, yeah! But it's going to be tomorrow. Where we got Electronium going live, we got Ethconnect going live, or Ethconnect going into ICO phase, where we can actually invest. Again, I've left a couple links for you in this video for you to be able to take advantage of if you so desire. But hey, remember this, man, it takes a village. It starts with us. Let's build Black wealth together. Man, we all we got, but guess what, people? We all we need. DJ, hit the music. Hey, you guys have a wonderful day. Talk to you soon.
The new Black Wall Street. Thanks you for joining the show. We gave a lot of great tips, but it's time to go. Take the knowledge we shared, hope you use it and grow. We will see you all there at the next episode of the new Black